Disney has some explaining to do. Following the national tragedy that is the assassination of Charlie Kirk, it's not just the giant tech companies, nor the social media cesspools like Reddit, TikTok, and Blue Sky that need a cleanup in aisle woke and ugly. No, it's Disney too. Now it's time to see who needs to get a pink slip at the House of Mouse for very bad behavior in light of a national tragedy. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, and it is a Monday morning. If you're watching this video at the time of release, we're happy that you're here, and we are ready to get to work with and for you. All we ask in return is that you click the like button, and if you'd like to drop a comment down below and let us know your thoughts on all of this, we'd love to hear you. Join the community today. All right, out of WDW News Today by Shannon Ace. Disney World lowers flags to half staff to honor Charlie Kirk. Now, we want to acknowledge when Disney does what Disney should do. It says American flags at multiple locations across Walt Disney World are currently at half staff to honor the late Charlie Kirk. Goes on to show that at places like Animal Kingdom. Tells who Charlie Kirk was. It's a fine article. Then it goes on to say that the flags were at half staff for September 11th, as should be. So, okay, good deal. And Disney tends to follow what is proposed and is supposed to be the accurate way to have the flag according to the federal government. Trump ordered the flags to be at half-mast for all the federal things. By the way, I want to call out to the folks over there in charge of Los Angeles who refuse to fly the flags at half-mast. You people got problems. You guys got serious problems. So Miss Bass over there, mayor of LA, you're just terrible. Okay, but Disney did a good job there, right? But, folks, as you have seen here on this channel, we've been showing this. There is so much obscene stuff all over the web. Blue Sky, people getting fired. We thought we'd take a look at who at Disney needs to get the pink slip and needs to go bye-bye, bye-bye. Go see HR, get your papers, and go home. Let's start with Andrew Kimmel, who is out of Shark Tank. Andrew Kimmel says, forever grateful to be part of the ABC Shark Tank family. Every pitch, every deal, every update. It's a privilege to help bring these stories to life. Post this on July 15th. He doesn't post much. People caught up with him with his post on July 15th because, well, he doesn't post much. And they brought the receipts. Joel Mowbray says, if Disney has any decency, you won't be a part of ABC Shark Tank family for much longer. Someone who mocks the grief of those in mourning over the loss of a friend who proudly promotes a Charlie Kirk got what he deserved post should not be allowed near decent people. And here's what Andrew Kimmel from Shark Tank allegedly posted. Says that he reposted from William Corey Amix. Says, let me be blunt, I will not pretend to feel sorry. Well, that's not good, is it? Andrew Kimmel reposted that. He also responded to Laura Loomer. And when she was calling, by the way, Charlie Kirk, this is prior to people knowing that he had passed. She calls for prayer. Andrew Kimmel, Shark Tank, allegedly, maybe it's a poster account, right? Maybe it's an imposter, maybe. But Andrew Kimmel at Andrew Kimmel. I don't know. Doesn't look like an imposter. Maybe it is. Maybe it's photoshopped. But Andrew Kimmel says, if only thoughts and prayers worked. Pretty despicable thing to say after someone has their neck obliterated in front of their family and is passing away. Pretty darn disgusting, eh? Hey, Disney, time to look at Shark Tank. Time to get some pink slips in the water over there at Shark Tank, Disney. We're going to be careful with this next one, talking about things that Disney needs to clean up. And we're going to be careful with this because we're dealing with a cast member, so I'm going to hide the name, and then Disney can figure out who it is. It won't take them long, and hopefully Disney does the right thing here. But I'm going to hide the name because this is an allegation that is all over. I mean, everybody's posting this on X. So we're going to be careful with it, though, because I have a responsibility to do so. Disney can find out who it is. Here's what it says. You know what he was talking about right before he was shot? That T-gender, mass blankers were the problem in this country. Why are you giving this inbred cretin an ounce of sympathy when he's been a leading voice in making your life worse? Blank him, he can rot. From an alleged cast member at Epcot. Continuing on, this same alleged cast member at Epcot says, he would spit on you if he saw you were dying in the street. Stop giving these people compassion. The only people I'm worried about and have sympathy for are his kids. He's a byproduct of his own agenda and hate, so I'm not sorry. I feel nothing for him. And then this alleged cast member at Epcot says, the only people I feel sorry for are his children. Granted, I feel a sense of relief for his daughter now that the man who said he'd force her to have a baby at 10 years if she was mistreated is gone. These people go low. I go to hell. I think you're already there, dear alleged Epcot cast member. I'm not going to show the pictures that seem to corroborate that this individual is an Epcot cast member. Again, Disney is fully aware of this person, I'll guarantee you. Disney, these kinds of individuals, they don't need to be around kids. They don't need to be around families. These are the kinds of cast members who, if the conservative people or centrist people, aka the majority of people in your parks, had a health emergency, if this person knew that they had the same political viewpoints, or if they were Christian, I don't think she would want to help. So I don't think she needs to be inside your parks. Maybe third shift, dumpster patrol. That's something to do. Again, we're protecting, though, because we can't confirm on our own, but it is a very big account, hundreds of thousands of followers that's posting that, and we'll leave it to them to figure it out if they've got that wrong, but we're doing our due diligence. So let's talk about, okay, so Disney is going to have some cleanup to do. Clean up an aisle woke, and I got to say, we have not seen the same level of disgust yet from Disney employees that you might expect given their propensity for being on Blue Sky. But I want to show you what Disney's really focused on this, okay? PR matters to them. So I'm going to put this out there because I want you to see that if and as we get the responses from Disney employees that are disgusting, and we know how seriously Disney takes if you don't toe the line and if you're not appropriate. Because remember how they treated Gina Carano before they took back how they treated Gina Carano? Yeah, I remember that too. But I want you to see what Disney's hyper-focused on. Because when it comes time for these people, if they're within the Disney ranks, when it comes time for them to be let go, when it comes time for Mr. Shark Tank to go bye-bye, which is time, we're going to remind them that this is how seriously they take PR. Out of Variety by Ethan Schenfeld. Andrew Santino on Hulu special White Noise and Going to War with Disney over Disney Adults bit. They definitely changed the jokes. Now, I'm going to make this make sense in just a minute. Hang with me, okay? Give me just a little bit of latitude to get there. Andrew Santino likes to push the envelope. He opens White Noise, his third comedy special, and first for Hulu, by asking, is it racist? La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's get to this stuff, okay? Scrolling. Gotta get down to the scrolling. Here we go. You hilariously rant about Disney Adults in the special, which streams on Hulu, which is owned by Disney. How soon after you sent in the cut did you get a phone call from the Mouse House? He says, immediately. They couldn't wait to trim the fat on those jokes. Candidly, we went back and forth, and they didn't really enjoy having that stuff in there. We found a happy medium, and I was able to keep the jokes in there, but the jokes were manipulated. I'm not going to lie, they definitely changed the jokes. I was not stoked about that. We got into a little bit of a war. They did not want those jokes in there. My argument was, I joke about a lot of other stuff in the special that's controversial. I don't think joking about people who like Disney as grown-ups is a controversial take, but they disagreed. Okay? Going down just a little bit. He said, Disney told him, if you want it on here, this is how we want it. Otherwise, we won't be able to air the special. We have to cut the jokes. So we found a medium. We said we'd find a way to manipulate the jokes in a way that works for everybody. Disney kind of got what they wanted, and I tried to get the best of what I wanted. This is a compromise in the modern world of media. In other words, this comedian, okay, right here, Andrew Santino, he just wanted to make fun of people who, adults without kids who are hyper obsessed with Disney and go and they buy all the ears and they spend all the money, right? Okay? He just wanted, he doesn't want to be mean to them. He just wants to make a joke out of it. He's making jokes about all kinds of stuff. And Disney said, no. Disney said, you are not allowed to joke about adults without children, hyper obsessed with Disney, wearing the ears, coming to our parks, drinking our Dole Whips, spending that money. go into the Beacon Barrel, not the Cracker Barrel, the Beacon Barrel, new bar at Magic Kingdom. They do that now. You're not allowed to make a joke about them. And if you do, you will not be on Hulu. No special for you. Take it or leave it. So here's what we're saying to Disney. We really appreciate that you got it right with the flags at half staff. Good job. That said, Disney, you've got some employees, you've got some contractors, they've got some problems. And we're going to hold you accountable just like we do with the other companies. Accountability culture. It's not that these people can't be redeemed. It's that they took celebratory steps when somebody was assassinated. That's not okay. So, to bring this in, folks, Disney, if you won't let a comedian make jokes about adults wearing mouse ears, you are not going to allow your employees, your cast members, the people who work for you, you're not the act itself will not be celebrated. The ending of someone's life will not be reacted to with joy or with glee or with humor. Because if you're so hyper obsessed about protecting the adults who wear mouse ears, we're going to hold your feet to the fire to be consistent. Because this is about 10,000 times worse than adults wearing mouse ears being made fun of. So Disney, do the right thing. People like Andrew Kimmel, if you look into this and you find out it's true and it's not been manipulated, bye-bye. And if you find out that this Epcot person that's alleged to be an Epcot, I'll just leave it at a cast member at Epcot, that they're saying these terrible, awful things, bye-bye. And folks, if you're a Disney employee and you find out that you've got a cast member, you've got somebody working with you who's saying these terrible, awful things, I'm just telling you, if I were you, I'd feel uncomfortable working with them. And I'd go to HR and I'd say, I am uncomfortable working with this person. And if enough of you do that, you can clean the house. You can go do that. And there are accounts on X explaining to people that if you work with, a death cultist psychopath who took joy in this, I know it's scary, but there are accounts on X and there's accounts on the web that'll tell you what to do to go to HR. Am I telling you it'll work? No, I can't tell you that. Is there some risk involved? You bet. You bet. Is there a risk in going forward, working with a death cultist who would celebrate if you were RIP? You tell me if there's a risk in doing that. And Disney, you tell me if there's a risk in continuing on having these people be part of your group. I think there is. Folks, we are going to really expose what's going on with Blue Sky later today. I hope you'll come our way. I hope you will. Probably going to be 4:30 p.m. Eastern. We've got another video in between talking about some walkbacks in Hollywood. But 4:30 p.m. Eastern, I believe, is when we'll have that Blue Sky report. Do not miss that one. It's going to be a big one. Like, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below and let us know your thoughts. Folks, we appreciate you being here. Get out there and make the world a better place. Do not simply be the kind of person who holds others accountable, but also be accountable to yourself. Make the world a better place. Spread some sunshine. Do the right thing, and get in line for having a better tomorrow. All right, until the next time, we have the pleasure, the honor, and the responsibility of spending time with you. Keep learning, keep growing, and as we always say, keep having fun.
Floral, it's time for you to walk the plank.
What? Why?
Because you haven't subscribed to WDW Pro yet. Nor bookmark thatparkplace.com on your web browser to get great articles from great contributors.
What?